Decision time on a development at 29th and Fairlawn. We have the city council vote. How women are taking aim at personal protection and driving gun business. Plus, see the K-State campus come together in unity. And we're live working to reunite you with your long-lost cash. Good evening, I'm Melissa Bruner. Ralph Hipp's on assignment. We'll check with him at the state treasurer's office in a few minutes. First up tonight, the Wheatfield Village Redevelopment District is moving forward. 13's Tiernan Shank has been following the process. She's in the studio now to tell us about tonight's city council vote. Tiernan?
Melissa, the Topeka City Council tonight approved the facelift for the corner of Southwest 29th and Fairlawn Road with a 7-2 vote. The process has been nearly 3 years in the making. Supporters of the Wheatfield Village redevelopment project erupted in applause as the Topeka City Council passed the plan Tuesday night. Council members voted 7-2 on a series of ordinances related to the development proposal, including establishing a community improvement district that would impose an extra 2% sales tax within the district. Sandra Clear and Sylvia Ortiz cast the votes against the project. Clear says she's received calls and emails from people in the area who are opposed.
A lot of them just didn't want any more people that in that congested area. You know, it may be one thing, there, but they do not want all those people.
7 votes were required to approve the development agreement between the city of Topeka and 29th and Fairlawn LLC. Jim Klossman, who purchased the property 3 years ago, says he's excited to get it underway.
This is our largest project to date. This is a little bit different than most of the projects we do. Most of the projects are senior living. This one is more multi-use project.
The nearly $100 million plan includes a movie theater, a hotel, apartment complex, several restaurants, and a coffee shop. Klossman is confident the finished product will make the city proud.
I think we've got a strong record here in Topeka and have a number of projects that are very successful. And so we're fairly certain that this will happen.
Klossman says he wants to break ground as soon as possible and hopes the restaurants and hotels will be completed by next fall.
We'll continue to follow the progress. Tiernan, thanks. The state has millions of dollars in unclaimed property, and some of it could be yours. All tonight, 13 News and the state treasurer's office are teaming up to help you find out. Ralph Hipp is back with the treasurer. Ralph, how does all this work?
Hi again, Melissa. The lights are on late here at the state treasurer's offices of Jake LaTurner, and they're all smiles around here. It's a record-setting day. We're going to check some of those numbers. I think a lot of you know why we're here. We've done all these in the studio at WIBW before. We've moved everything over to the state treasurer's office, giving you the high-tech way online at WIBW.com to search for yourself if you have unclaimed property. This is your stuff. This could be your money. And Jake LaTurner, why don't you join me here live at 10 o'clock? What is the record for the number of searches you've had online in a single day?
38,000 has been the record, yes. And we're at 47.
Yeah, let's swing over this way and see the screen here. So 47,348 people have checked so far online just today.
Absolutely. We're so grateful to WIBW. This is a big day, helping return a lot of money to Kansans.
This is great that, our station is 64 years old tomorrow. Tomorrow is our 64th anniversary on the air. In all those 6.5 decades, Jake, we've been all about the people of Kansas and serving them, and this is a great way to do that, even in the modern age. We did have a claim for $31,000, almost $32,000 today, $332,000 total from you, with possible potential claims totaling 1,127 claims made and just late in the day so far today.
Absolutely, that's right. We encourage everyone to go to WIBW or kansascash.com and see if any of it belongs to you.
Okay, and keep on doing it. We'll check those numbers a little bit later on again live in the show. Melissa?
All right, Ralph. Wow, $31,000 claim. Pretty cool. Thanks. More and more pink is popping up in gun stores. According to a Pew Research survey, only 12% of women personally owned a gun in 2013. Today, it's nearly doubled, up to 22%. As the number continues to grow, several women told 13's Reagan Porter the reason they're taking aim is to get the target off their backs.
When she was 9, Renee Lucas's world came crashing down.
Yeah. Were firearms involved?
Yeah, firearms were involved. The individual broke into the house, and all 4 members of my family were killed.
As an adult, she came face to face with a gun herself.
I myself, when I had my 6-week-old daughter, was the victim of an armed robbery.
Lucas is among the more than 400,000 people the National Crime Victimization Survey estimates are affected by gun violence in the U.S. each year. But she's also in the third of Americans who own a gun.
So I realized very quickly that not having anything to protect yourself makes you a victim.
Are you carrying right now?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Concealed carry. I got it right here.
On the sales floor of Godfrey's shooting range in Junction City, Assistant Manager Tanisha Quick is no stranger to those kinds of stories.
So we had an incident where a woman came in and said she was attacked. And so she came in that very next day and purchased herself a handgun.
Target practice is an important part of owning a gun because sometimes you only have one shot to protect yourself.
We had quite a few women that kept asking us if we'd help them to go shoot, so we decided to put the range in.
Floyd McMillan, his wife Lisa, and their partner co-own the soon-to-open gun garage and shooting range in Topeka. They pulled the trigger on a remodel, taking a regular retail gun store to an 8,700 square foot facility, holstering a virtual shooting range, a 6-stall range, and a 50-yard rifle range. Floyd says women sparked the idea.
Probably 40% of our clients have been women, and they want to learn how to handle a gun and shoot a gun to protect themselves. So that's why we decided, one of the main reasons we started to build this.
Lisa wasn't convinced she'd join her female customers taking aim.
I originally was extremely intimidated.
Until she went to a range and got comfortable shooting her own firearm. Now she feels empowered.
I feel like if I'm put in a situation, I could defend myself.
And also protect others.
Many believe that this tragedy would have been even worse if a neighbor didn't take action.
In some of the recent things that have happened here in the United States, you see that someone being trained to stop someone that is not supposed to be having a gun has actually saved lives. And that's what I want to be able to do.
Reagan Porter, 13 News.
The gun garage and shooting in Topeka is set to officially open December 1st. Godfrey's Ranch in Junction City holds a ladies' night from 6 to 8 every Wednesday. No one was hurt in a car fire on the north side of Topeka earlier tonight. Few details are known about exactly what unfolded, but Shawnee County Dispatch told 13 News it received a call just before 8:30 of a vehicle fire on Highway 24 at Goodyear Road. The Kansas Highway Patrol says 2 vehicles were involved. The eastbound lanes of 24 were shut down for a short time while they cleared the scene. It has since reopened. KHP continues investigating. Topeka's interim police chief says the Lawrence Police Department is close to completing its investigation of the officer-involved shooting death of Dominic White. Bill Cochran said LPD received 1 of 3 pieces of information today that they said they needed to finish the investigation into the late September shooting. It will then be turned over to the Shawnee County District Attorney for review. Cochran also said the city is working with the White family attorney to give the administrator for White's estate a private viewing of the body cam video as requested under the Kansas Open Records Act.
Once that person has been identified and councils get together, the viewing of that video should take place rather rapidly.
Cochran said he will stand behind any findings and decisions made in the case. He'll also move forward with an internal administrative review. Kansas State University students headed out of class and flooded campus today in a show of unity. The school canceled class and closed offices from 1 to 3 this afternoon for what they called KS Unite. Students and faculty walked to the Anderson Hall lawn where campus leaders spoke about unity, inclusion, and how to move forward from recent divisive incidents on campus and around the Manhattan community.
Paused, talked about our past and who we want to be in the future. So I think, will this event make a difference? Not by itself, but I think it's the start to kind of reset the dialogue. And I think over time, if we follow through, we take some actions that we know are needed, that it will make a difference.
This was the first time since 1916 that campus was put on a complete pause for a non-weather related reason. Company officials will not confirm details, but say Payless Shoes will make more changes after emerging from bankruptcy in August. With several viewers contacting us about rumors of major layoffs coming, a Payless spokesperson told 13 News, given the changing retail environment, there are additional steps that must be taken to create sustainable growth and ensuring the customer is at the forefront of everything we do. No further information provided on what those steps might be. Under Chapter 11 proceedings, Payless closed around 700 stores. It also reduced the company's debt from $850 million to just over $400 million. Payless has about 800 employees at its Topeka World headquarters. About 150 workers have been laid off from that office since January. We are taking a look at what could be the return of the sun in our forecast. Jeremy Goodwin's up next with a first look at the weather. Jeremy?
Hi, Melissa. We do have mist and drizzle in the area right now, even some fog with scattered rain in the area on the Capital Federal Live Storm Tracker. This is going to move out late tonight, giving us a nice sunny day tomorrow, but more rain is on the way, and we could even see highs near 70 by Friday. I'll have your full 8-day forecast in a few moments.
All right. Well, we'll be checking back with Ralph to see how many of you are finding unclaimed cash from the state treasurer. Remember, you can check right now at that link on WIBW.com. Ralph also will tell us how a couple new Eagle Scouts are adding to the Friday night football experience in their hometown, coming up in Good Kids. And a little bit later, a gunman went on a deadly shooting spree, taking aim at random targets in California.
You're watching 13 News at 10 with Melissa Bruner and Ralph Hipp. 13 News, Kansas News Leader. This is your 13 weather forecast with Jeremy Goodwin.
The warmest temperature we've had all November so far. Today, finally making it above average for the first time since October the 29th. We saw a high of 58 in Topeka, average 56, so we beat that. Record high 77 back in the 1800s, and it was 6 degrees in the state back in 1940. We'll be nowhere near those record numbers for a while. Here's the People's Insurance Group Road Risk Index tonight. We have some fog. We already have some mist in the area. Likely to see some heavier rain developing between now and about 4 o'clock in the morning. And before daybreak, those rain chances all move out, and the fog should be gone by daybreak as well. Many times you'll see the fog last all night long, but it looks like in this case, with a cold front arriving late tonight and some drier air, the fog will probably be shaken out of the atmosphere before the bus stop and before the commute to work tomorrow morning. So good news there. But if you're on the road late tonight, keep in mind the fog is going to stick around and could be fairly dense in a few spots. Also, we have the likelihood of some heavier rain developing shortly. Here's the Capital Federal Live Storm Tracker seeing a few spots of moderate rain beginning to develop. None of this is terribly heavy. We are likely to see at least a couple of strikes of lightning out of this late tonight as a cold front is beginning to move into the area. You can really pick it out right about here, just to the east and south of Marysville, awfully close to Randolph and Riley, extending down to the Clay Center area. Behind that, the winds are shifting, coming in from the northwest for Concordia at Belleville already, and that drier air settling in will set off the storms that ahead of the front and means we'll see lots of sunshine tomorrow and somewhat drier air. The temperature not changing much tomorrow from today's readings, but the humidity will be much, much lower tomorrow. Outside now, you can see the thin fog in Topeka. That's the view from the top of the Jayhawk Tower. There will be some spots with visibility of a half mile or less at times tonight. Emporia, we've seen the fog actually dissipate over the last half hour or so, getting a better view out now from the Emporia cam provided by ValueNet Fiber. Now, the fog will come and go at times tonight, but by sunrise tomorrow it should be gone for all of us. Here are the temperatures. Still in the upper 50s, so we had a high of 58 as of 10 o'clock. The temperature has only fallen 1 degree in Topeka. By morning, we'll see it dropping a bit more into the mid and even upper 40s behind this cold front. So by 1 a.m., here's a cold front, northwest winds, Manhattan, Salina, into the Blue Rapids, Marysville areas. Along and ahead of the front, these areas of orange and yellow indicate heavier rain, possibly some rumbles of thunder. Not a severe weather threat, but if you wake up at 3, 4 in the morning to the sound of thunder outside, that's what this is. Again, it's not a risk of seeing damaging winds. It's not a tornado risk. It's not a snow risk this time, but it is going to be a chance of hearing some lightning and thunder overnight. In time for the commute to work, it's dry, the bus stop dry as well, and the fog should be gone by then as well. So mid-40s tonight, we'll see a south wind 5 to 10. 8-day forecast, we are expecting to see temperatures tomorrow in the upper 50s. Much warmer on Much warmer on Friday, the high temperature approaching 70 degrees and a chance of rain there as well. And then this weekend, temperatures in the 50s with plenty of sunshine both days.
Yeah, you don't want to skip over getting a look at that. Goodness. The sun will return. Great news.
I was practicing with that one.
Thank you. Let's check back with Ralph Hipp, the State Treasurer's Office. They want to reunite you with your unclaimed property tonight. Ralph?
Well, we're back at the State Treasurer's Office, Melissa, and you know, another very cool thing we do here at WIBW and 13 News is saluting our good kids. So I didn't want to let the football season get away without thanking our good kids for this Tuesday night. They are soon to be Eagle Scouts, and they are brothers Sam and Miles Moore. They are from St. Mary's, Kansas. Want to take you from now to rewind to last summer and the preps for the football season. The Moore brothers have been in Boy Scouts since the first grade and actually in Topeka's Troop 175. They're helping the community, and they wanted to help their school. So that focused on the press box for the St. Mary's Bears. Sam took on the Bear Den, the eating area, and Miles was busy repainting and giving an image to the Bear Den. Not just building stuff, though. They had to come up with a budget, get the materials, and set their time frame to finish. So now that football season is over in St. Mary's, Miles and Sam Moore are gearing up for winter, with Sam now wrestling for St. Mary's High. Miles plays the drum set in the St. Mary's Pep Band, so thanks to these soon-to-be high-flying Eagle Scouts for being our good kids for this week. Let us know about the good kids in your hometown. You can send your pictures and your nominations, your story ideas to me. You can reach me in the newsroom at ralph.hipp@wibw.com, just as Sam and Miles' mom did. Thrilled to share their story. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Envista Credit Union. Now to the business at hand of unclaimed property. We're going to do one more check for you here. And I was informed that they get $50 million every time they do this in November and in May. Another $50 million of unclaimed property is turned over to the responsibility of the State Treasurer's Office. So this is a good time to check. We're already up to 53,109 people who've inquired so far, 1,159 possible claims totaling nearly $340,000. So you guys are doing great. You are rocking it, and keep on doing that. We're here for at least the next half hour. You can click online, WIBW.com, and click the tile on that 13 News mobile app. You can also check there as well. Melissa, back inside to you.
Very easy to check for yourself or anyone you know. Thank you so much, Ralph. Did a Florida serial killer strike again? We'll look at what happened today. Plus, 3 UCLA basketball players are home a bit later than the rest of the team. Why they were left behind in China. Next.
You're watching 13 News, Kansas News Leader.
A gunman choosing targets at random in a Northern California town today killed 4 people at several sites and wounded others at an elementary school before police shot him dead. Witnesses in Tehama County, California reported hearing the gunshots and screaming children. A woman and her child were shot in their vehicle. Investigators say the suspect eventually engaged 2 officers who returned fire and killed him. Police recovered a semi-automatic rifle and 2 handguns. They say the suspect had prior run-ins with the law. Police swarmed a Tampa neighborhood this morning after reports of gunfire. They found the body of 60-year-old Ronald Felton in the street. They believe he was shot from behind in an unprovoked attack. Felton's death follows 3 others in the Seminole Heights neighborhood last month. They are working to determine if his death is connected to the others. Police believe the person responsible lives in the community. A flight from China carrying 3 UCLA basketball players touched down at LAX today. Freshmen LeAngelo Ball, Cody Riley, and Jalen Hill were detained in China last week for allegedly shoplifting. Pac-12 Commissioner Larry Scott thanked President Trump and the State Department for efforts to bring the athletes home. No word yet if those freshmen will play in tomorrow's home opener against Central Arkansas. The Kansas State Wildcats look to keep up some dominance over UMKC in men's hoops tonight, and you'll see why Kansas freshman Billy Preston once again did not suit up for the Jayhawks. Those stories in 13 Sports.
Sports with Chris Lilly.
Hello everyone, the top 2 winningest programs in Division I history square off tonight in the battle of the Blue Bloods, number 4 Kansas taking on number 7 Kentucky. But the Jayhawks without Billy Preston tonight. Bill Self held out Preston for a 2nd straight game, putting off his debut in a Jayhawk uniform until the university looks into his car, which was involved in a single vehicle accident on Saturday. Self says the administration needed a, quote, clearer financial picture specific to the vehicle, end quote. Self says Preston will continue to sit out of games until the review of the car and accident is complete. Preston also missed KU's home opener after missing curfew on Thursday and missing class on Friday. And over to the basketball game being played tonight. Kansas had a 1-point lead headed into the half, 34-33 over Kentucky. And Devontae Graham had 8 points and Malik Newman had 7 in the first half. Both not shooting great, though. A combined 6 for 20 in the first 20 minutes, and it is close early on in the second half. The Kansas State Wildcats are looking to go 2-0 for the 14th time in the last 15 years to start a basketball season. K-State continuing its homestand, taking on the UMKC Kangaroos. The Wildcats are 10-0 in Bramlage against the Roos all time. In the first minute, Kamal Stokes can't finish, but McCall Mayween is there for the putback, the big man getting it done. For the Roos, Isaiah Ross is open in the corner, one of his 3 threes in the first half. K-State answers with a long ball of their own. Xavier Sneed hits from deep, and then transition game was working for K-State. Barry Brown with a nice pass to Ahmad Wainwright for the nice lay-in. Then, this time, Brown keeps it himself and fights through the contact for the layup off the glass. In the final 3 minutes of the half, Sneed with an emphatic dunk and flex afterwards. And right after that, showing it he could do it with some touch as well. More transition buckets. Brian Patrick up ahead to Brown in the near corner. He finds the bottom of the net. Brown led the way with 14 points for the Wildcats, and K-State gets the 72-51 win over UMKC, and Coach Bruce Weber was encouraged by the Wildcat defense.
Our coaches do a great job of preparing. We always have. And, we just never let them get easy shots and made them earn everything, and which is good. But I asked the guys today, what's going to be the difference when we get in the league? And I think one of the things can be is defense. That we really lock down people, and that gives us a chance to win, big games, close games, that, and if we can rebound it. And tonight you get, big time on the board, so that was a real positive.
And despite a 1-9 record this year and just one conference win in his time as a head coach, David Beatty was given a little reassurance from KU Chancellor Douglas Gerard yesterday. Gerard made public his confidence in Beatty and Cheyenne Zinger, something Beatty appreciates.
It means a ton, and the thing I think that sticks out to me the most is it's right in line with what we've been talking about in our conversations in the previous weeks. I told you his vision is phenomenal. I love his leadership ability. And the thing that I really appreciated about yesterday is it was unexpected. I certainly didn't expect that. But what it does is it really helps the future of KU football.
Also, both the Washburn and Emporia State volleyball teams lost in the first round of the MIAA tournament tonight.
Oh, that's disappointing. Chris, thanks so much for the update there. We're going to have a chance to get outdoor. It was a little bit more comfortable if you headed out for a walk or a jog this morning. Not as many layers needed. As we go through the week, you're actually going to bring the sun back for a little motivation first.
We'll see sunshine tomorrow. The temperature very similar to today, but today we had clouds and even some mist at times. Now rain tonight. Here's what we have tonight. 47 degrees, some rain. Even a few rumbles of thunder are possible late tonight. That will all be gone by sunrise. There'll be some fog at times, mist, scattered rain. Again, even a rumble of thunder or two is possible. There's no severe weather risk tonight, and this rain will all be out of here by sunrise, leaving us the nice day tomorrow, highs in the upper 50s, and we are expecting to see a much warmer day on Friday, all the way to 68 degrees, a rain chance there, and a dry weekend with highs in the 50s.
Not bad. We have been working with Kansas State Treasurer Jake LaTurner and his staff all day to help you be reunited with any unclaimed property you might be having held by the state of Kansas and don't know about. They have millions of dollars in cash and property. A lot of them are things like maybe perhaps a utility refund or a rent refund you didn't know you had coming, maybe a bank account you didn't know was there. There's some property that comes from safe deposit boxes as well. We do have a special link and we're going to keep that up for you on WIBW.com. Just click that. You'll be right connected with an online search. Very easy to do at the state treasurer's office. If you have any trouble, they have a phone number on the website as well that you can call to get any assistance that you might need. But you saw earlier, guys, somebody found $31,000, a $31,000 claim that we're like, oh, oops,
Surprise.
Here you go.
Surprise money is the best money.
I wouldn't lose that. I would know where that
You'd
was.
keep checking. You kind of know where it was. But the state's required to hold all that and hopefully try to reconnect people with it. And so thanks to all of you who
checked and saw whether you hope you found something. Stay tuned for The Late Show. It's next.
And the latest news, weather, and sports at WIBW.com. Or follow WIBW on Twitter, Facebook, and our mobile app. Thank you for making 13 News the most watched evening newscast.